Right, good evening all. Welcome to Tuesday night stream with Hilly, and we are with WAOF1, as always on a Tuesday, and it's a sprint week, so we are on short qualifying. Sprint race at Silverstone, so that's 9 laps, and the usual feature race, 50% race of 26 laps. Sorry, a bit late starting. I had some issues getting the stream to work. I'm a little bit worried that we might have a storm in the area, so hopefully we'll get through the stream okay. But if I do go off, I'll just have to restart again. But we do have a bit of a storm, I'm afraid. Hey Taylor, nice to have you back, buddy. Thanks for joining the stream. Just a quick FYI for everybody watching. Well, if you watched the stream I did last night, you'll know that I'm absolutely full of cold at the moment. So if I got a cough or anything, I will try and mute myself before I do. But yeah, not nice. But anyhow, the third day now, so we shouldn't have it much longer. So Silverstone we go. Full grid by the looks of things. I know there's some reserves involved tonight, which is great news for the reserves. Always great to see them drive. For when they get a full-time seat, we know what we're looking forward to. It's always disappointing as well, though, to be missing full-time drivers for whatever reasons. Obviously, being late, but also because I've decided I'm not doing any interviews tonight, guys. So I'm not. That's why I've not done a pre-race interview, and I shan't be doing any podium interviews after. I'm afraid tonight, but it's simply because I'm not well, and I just once we're done, I just want to get off and get to bed. Right, here we go. So say short quality. So being Silverstone, each driver should be able to get 3 runs each around here. Way too long a lap to be able to do 4 runs. But 3 runs should be easy enough. And just double checking there, but this game's automatically put them on soft tyres, so we've got a dry qualifying session. I'd be amazed if we have a dry the whole thing, like being Britain, if we manage to get a dry short quali sprint and full race 50% racing, I'd be amazed. Oh well, happy birthday for tomorrow, Taylor, and yeah, let's hope for some good points for you tonight. Who was that? I think it was that Ferrari. I didn't see. Oh no, there's an Aston out already. Actually, I missed that one. That's the Gunnar, who I saw in the chat beforehand. Somebody praising him on his pace. So the Gunnar sounds like the Gunnar's looking good for this evening. So he's going to be first across the line. I think we could do the hilly hot lap with the Gunnar actually today. I'll get through a hilly hot lap without coughing, we'll see. So just getting close to the end of the lap now. Just going through Stowe and down into. I just refer to this as the stadium section, a bit like Mexico because all the grandstands around. Italian flags over there at Silverstone. What's going on there? Oh hey, here we go across the line then with the Gunnar. Flat out through the first corner and second corner. Then head up to turn 3, down to 4-4 third for this. Although, oh, that was a bit of lag on my side. Then down to the second for the left-hander, open up steer and get on the power as quick as you can, as well as you can, but be a bit careful because the traction is low. Flat out through the left, open up DRS under the Aramco bridge and then into the left-hander, late braking, and you gradually reduce your speed down to hit the apex on the left-hander. Right-hander, keep it tight into the inside, I find is generally best through there. Usually take a bit of the right just over the line, not too much, it will invalidate you. Then we head up to Cops, which is exactly how you saw Daguna take it then, so gear down to 7th, and basically a slight lift once you're in 7th, and through Maggots and Beckett's, and very nice from Daguna. Again, good exit as well. We'll open up DRS and head down, hanger straight down to Stowe, and usually, yep, so Daguna we saw there takes it in 6th. You'll see some drivers will take it in 5th. It's no correct way as such. It's a personal preference, and it can depend on setup as well. And across the line then for Daguna, a 28.0 is a very nice first lap. Very nice first lap indeed. There was definitely some bits in the lap there for Daguna that showed he's got some more time in there as well. So expect a bit more from Daguna before the end of the session, but a very good first run. Here comes Taylor. He's just ran wide out, yeah, final corner. 28.3, or that might have been a lag actually on my side. 28.3 from Taylor. Racing J 28.0. Carsey goes fastest on a 27.0. Oh, you're insane, Carsey. 3:27.7. Let's see if we could actually get somebody who's crossing the line. James Adams on his way. 28.5 for James Adams. James OMG just coming into the stadium. .28.441 from James OMG. Who else we got? There's an Alpha. This is Oozers. Owen CFC has left the session. I can't invite him back, guys. If anybody's listening, it can invite Owen. He's on PlayStation. I can't invite PlayStation back. I can only do Xbox. So anyway, Oozers 29.1 on his first run. We've got here, this is Meat Burrow. 27.5 from Meat Burrow. Very nice lap indeed. Puts him in P2. Started his lap. There's Spreader. Going through Stowe. Welcome to Spreader on his first ever race in WAOF1, although I expect the vast majority of us know him pretty well in a way. He does get around a bit. Spreader across the line goes P4 on a 27.9. First lap from him. Let's go down to Sainty. Oh no, Moomin is... no, Moomin's invalidated, so yeah, let's go to Sainty. Taylor made Leclerc, Monaco helmet. Oh, nice. Mark, yeah, short quali, mate, because it's a sprint race. So, it's short quali, sprint race, and then the 50% race tonight. Thanks for joining, by the way. Sorry if I feel a bit muffled or anything, sound a bit muffled or anything, but I'm full of cold. So, I would try not to cough down the microphone too much. So, Sainty then. Just about to come across the line. 27.0 from Sainty. Only 0.02 of a second off of Carsey. Very nice lap indeed from both of those drivers, and McBroll and Reed. The top 5 at the moment in the 27s, but there are plenty of others that are going to do that by the end of this session. No problem at all, I'm sure. Racing J through... No, definitely not improving. Yeah, Spreader into the pitch. Can't really have a second go at Silverstone, it's too long. So... It's long, it's quite heavy on the tyres, so you don't really get the... unless you've done a particularly poor first lap, you're not really going to get a second run. on the same set. So Daguna back out. He was first out, if you remember. We did the hilly hop that with him, and he is back out on track, as is Reed as well. The sky doesn't exactly look bright and beautiful, does it? So yeah, definitely, Mark. Thank you, mate. Yeah, the sky doesn't exactly look bright and beautiful, so whether they're being very quick getting in and out again, so I wonder if there is rain expected later in the session. It'd be unfortunate if there is. That would ruin the short quality session a bit. We've already seen some great laps there. 2:27.0s on their first runs is pretty insane. Vast majority of people can't do 27.0 in time trial, let alone in a qualifying session on their first run. So here comes Daguna, ready to start another lap in a way. So we've already done the hilly hot laps, so I'm not going to do it again. Especially as I know Daguna sometimes listens, I don't want to put him off for a second time. What I'd say, started on a 28.0, which is pretty decent for a first run, so... But I do think he'll improve somewhat before the end of the session. So ever so slightly down in sets of 1, but sets of 2 is probably where you can make the most time normally. More technical parts of the track, and those fast corners like Cops and then through Maggots of Beckett's is usually where the centimetres can make a real difference, but he has invalidated out of Cops. Very easy to do that. Let's go switch to Reed then, who, just like Daguna, is slightly down in sets of 1, but not really anything. It's 18 thousandths of a second. You can't blink your eye that quick, so... Gets it through Cops. Comes up through Maggots of Beckett's. It's a great little view this is. I love this. Really see how the F1 cars can really throw it around the track. Quickly they make changes of direction. And now he is slightly up, almost a 10th through sector 2. So really he's looking to challenge Neat Burrell here by the looks of things. And the Haas there gets well out of his way. Taking the time through into the stadium and out the final corner then. For the line, and improves with 3.5 just over 3.5 temps. So it's 27.3 from Reed. Very nice indeed. Go to Meek Burrell, he's gained over a 10th in sets of 1. And he's nearly 3 temps up now. He's purple sets of 2. If he can continue steady rate of improvement, he's going to get pretty close to Garcia and Sainty. Not really on target to displace them, but should get pretty close to them. Four attempts improvement in the end then from Meat Burrell, 27.1. So it's just a 10th off of Sainty and Carty. Very close indeed, and Reed having closed the gap as well. Mamo is up to 27.6. Spreader onto is on 27.9. He's improving as well through sets of 2. Well, has done a 28.0, so it's looked as well. Carty goes fastest again, 26.8. Exceptional lap. Spreader across the line, 27.7. Improves by 2 tenths. That has him, well, it keeps him P6 in fact, staying ahead of Whale. Carty breaks the 26s in a qualifying session. It's the first time that's happened for me at Silverstone in qualifying. Jay just come out the final corner. I didn't see any split time, but he has improved by a quarter of a second, and he goes just behind Master Spread. The two Red Bulls close to each other, 6th and 7th, and leaps ahead of Whale and the Gooner. Taylor, 3 thousandths up. He's just coming out across, 3 tenths up now through sector 2. This is on target just to nip into the 27s. Ah, that sounds glorious, Mark. Gotta be honest. I've got my coffee. Here comes Taylor then, 27.9, so he nips into the 27s. That's the top 8 now in the 27s. Superb. Absolutely superb. Moomin. 2 tenths up. Definitely another driver that's capable of the 27s. Cops. Nicely through Cops, in fact. He had a flag out. It's AlphaTauri just down at the end of sets of 1. I think he might be out of fuel because the yellow flag seems to be following him around the track. So whoever that is, I think is out of fuel. It must be Taylor because Mamu's in the pits. So yeah, it must be Taylor. I was looking at that instead of looking at the split time, so I missed what Moomin's second split was. But here he comes in away. He's continued the lap, so he must be improving. And it's a 28.0. Big improvement there for Moomin, and that puts him P9. 28.0. Gets on. Oh no, it looks like he'd invalidated this lap and next lap, so he must have invalidated right at the end of the lap there. And, oh, I'd be kicked. Let's get back in. I do apologise, guys. I've got a feeling I might get kicked a few times tonight because there's a bit of a... I expect most, sorry, that's my dad coughing away in the background there because he's also got a cold that I got. But yeah, I'm afraid there is a bit of a storm in the area, so electrical storm, I'm told. So I'm expecting a bit of problems tonight. My Wi-Fi was definitely not working to its full capacity before, so I will just endeavour to quickly rejoin as fast as I can each time it happens. Hopefully, it won't happen too many times. Thank you, Sancti. Owen has left the session. I think it looks like Owen's having trouble as well. Right. Details up. Lead on an out lap. Let's just go head down. Is Legoland finishing a hot lap? Yeah, so he hadn't validated the 2 laps, in fact. Does improve by 10th, stays P17 on a 29.0. Simon Palmer out there. It's one of our reserves tonight. Simon Palmer, and then we'll switch to, I think it's Reed. Yeah, got a cold, Mark. It's one of those really debilitating ones that's, really attach your muscles and all that. It makes you feel really weak. Ugh. It's a spinner out of Cops. Looks like it's a Williams to me, but we won't move to that. He's already back going in a way, so we won't go and try and see the wreckage. Palmer through Cops then. Yeah, I think he's just starting his hot lap, so we'll stick with Simon through to the end of this one. And just over a quarter of a second up. Oh, Junkie is out. That's in the pits. He's retired in the pits, so he's choosing to start from the back by the looks of it. As Simon has a spin that's at Stowe by the looks of it, right by the pit lane actually, which is quite handy. We can nip in. Let's go up to Reed then. Oh, he's backed out, completely backed out. Okay, who else we got then? Whale. 2.5 tenths up. No, that was his last lap. Okay, so we're just in sets of 1. Yeah, definitely man flu. It's 100% man flu, mate. People just don't understand, do they? They get it so bad. Through Cops. Track extends, but it does invalidate him, so quite rightly as well. Trying to track extend there, well. Very disappointed in you. 3.5 tenths up for Rexels, who had a really good debut last week. Reed retires out. Oh yeah, we are at the end of the session actually. I hadn't realised we'd counted down that far. Checkered flag is out. Rexels for the line is on course to go do a 27 as well, and does indeed. 27.884 puts him P9. The top 10 now are all in the 27s. Well, not all, because Darcy's in the 26, Reed's in the 26s as well. Sorry, I hadn't noticed that. Reed has done a 26.9. Looks like Sainty's just nipped off track, and Meatball's round. Looks like it's probably coming out of Stowe. He's landed in the pit lane by the looks of it. So I think Carsey is safe. He is improving slightly. He goes just over a tenth improvement, 26.7. Almost as if to just stamp his authority slightly on the qualifying. But that is impressive. 3 drivers in the 26s. Meatball very close as well. Perhaps could have done it without the spin on the final lap. Here's Spreader over the line, improves by a tenth. Stays P6 though. Daguna's managed to split the 2 Aston Martins. Sorry, the 2 Red Bulls. And we'll start P7. Is that everybody over the line? It is indeed. So yeah, we're just waiting for a couple to be pushed in. But well, congratulations to Carsey. He's certainly been pushed tonight. 26.7 to take pole position is definitely being pushed. So congratulations to him on pole, and Reed P2, Sainty P3, Meatbro P4, Mamo in a brilliant P5, Spreader also in a brilliant P6. I'll finish the countdown in just a moment. Oh, I absolutely agree, Mark. Absolutely agree. So, here we go then. Where was I? P6 Spreader on debut. Well done, Spreader. Daguna P7. Racing J in 8. Rexels P9. James Adams in P10 on a 27.8. 27.9. 3.5. Taylor in P11. James OMG is a 27.9 in P12. There are other leagues, guys, I promise you, where a 27.9 will probably see you top 4 or 5 on quali at Silverstone, but not here, I'm afraid. That's P12. That's so unfortunate for James, but there you go. Moomin, P13, Whale 14, Simon Palmer in 15, Dorian 16, Lego Lamb 17, Oozers will start from 18th. Owen CFC did get a time on the board in between being kicked, 29.2 as in P19. Junkie Emperor also a 29.2, but only got that one run on the board. Will start from the back. Obviously, remember, it is a sprint race. It's effectively the qualifying for the qualifying. Quickly just scroll through the incidents just in case they're needed. Oh, I can't imagine they will be. Right, okay. Oh, right, okay, Taylor. Oh dear, TV turned off mid-lap. That's not good. Oh, you ain't got one of those... You ain't got the setting on your TV, have you, where you've got it to, if it's been on for so long, it turns off. Regardless. I know TVs do have a setting where you could do that. I'm sure you know. Right. I appear to be stuck. Oh, there's a timer. Excellent. Right, guys. I think we just take a couple of minutes or so, 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll be into the sprint. I'm just going to blow my nose, bear with me. Right, back with you. Who turned the lights out? Just gonna quickly nip on Discord a second. Just wanna see if there's anything in the chat. Right, okay, so off on the formation lap for the sprint. Let's have a quick look. Right, so we've got 18 of the 20 drivers starting on the mediums. We've got Oozers and Junkie on the softs. I think that is risky, to say the least. I can understand why they've done it, because they're in 18th and 20th. They want to get good starts to see if they can get on the grid a bit. But I'm not even sure they'll do 9 laps, the softs, so... Who was it that tried it? I think if you ask the Gooner, I've got a feeling that the Gooner tried it in another league. But it was quite a while ago on the game, so I've got a feeling he got a puncture on the final lap. It's not sure. It was some time ago. We'll see how they get on in the wait. Never quite sure. We're definitely going to be up the front for the start, guys, because we have got Carsey, Reed, Sainty, Meatbro, Mamo, Master Spread, the Gooner, Racing J, even going by his debut last week, Rexels as well, James Adams. You couldn't line this grid up any better, really. The fact that you have got drivers that are as good as Newman and Whale in P13 and P14, for example. I'll get told off if I don't say them, and Oozers down in P18, is just complete testament to just how strong this league's become. And long may it continue, and I hope these guys stay and really build some relationships. And also help each other improve and help the other drivers improve as well. That would be nice to see. So, in a way. Host advantage tonight is James OMGs from P12, although I have to say, in my recent streams this last about week and a half, the host advantage seems to have calmed down. It's not quite as big as it was at all. So I think... Hey, that's not a bad little view there. All lights on. And out they go for the 9 laps. To be a little pull, so maybe James did get a bit of a boost. And Carsey under pressure from Reed into turn 1. Sainty now on the inside of Reed through turn 2. The last of the late breakers, I think. Sainty gets a bit of contact from Reed there, but I think Reed, the problem was he had Meatbro on the inside of him as well, so I think he was in a bit of a sandwich, in all fairness to Reed. Meatbro through, as you can see, into P2. It's a very tight run-in. Mamo has dropped a few places. It looks like Racing J is getting past now as well. He's going to have the inside to this corner, although the outside does normally get the better traction. But now he's got that done. Oh, there's a Ferrari round. That's James Adams. He spun around, whether that's through contact or just spinning. It's very easy to spin there, so it could have just been a spin. These guys, let's go to the position changes. Who's started the best? Sainty was running very wide there. Just so Mamo gets out of Master Spread. And Rexels is having a good look at him as well. Master Spread's trying to see if there's any way back on Mamo, but it looks like Mamo's made that move stick. There's Moomin and Taylor switching positions. So much going on. There's battles all over the place. So it's almost impossible for me to show you all that, guys, but I will try my best. This is Moomin getting the move done back on Taylor as James OMG, our host, is off track and has dropped down significantly. Gotta be careful when you cut across like that. Sometimes the game gives silly 10-second penalties when all you're doing is recovering the track, really. You're not gaining anything by doing it. But it didn't that time, which is good. We do have a set to 2 yellow. Appears, and that's... Oh, it's Mamo. Mamo drops to P17. I am getting some bad connection here. It's so I just saw a McLaren go absolutely flying off the track, which was empty, but it was a complete lag on my side. So hopefully it holds up, but that can sometimes be a sign that I'm about to get kicked again. But we'll see. So 29.8 from Carsey this time round, holding the lead still from Mick Burrell at the moment, who's up 2 places. Our biggest gainer then. Well, in fact, we've got 2, both up 5 places, is Oozers and Owen CFC. Well done to those 2, our biggest, best starters this evening. Shout to Moomin as well, who's up 4, and Simon Palmer up 4 as well. Biggest loser so far is Mamo, who's down 11, but well, all the guys that are down the bottom at the moment are those that have had spins, apart from possibly Junkie Emperor. I haven't seen him spin, but I think he must have done. 17.08. It's a little run on Reed here. He's in Cops, so they're side by side. Well, he's going to get a... They both seemed a bit hesitant to be side by side through Cops, to be honest, and it looks like Saintsy's got it done. But yeah, they both looked a bit hesitant to go side by side through Cops. Oh, Reed spun it! Coming out of... Who's going to spin it round again? Yeah, through Maggots and Beckett's. He spun it. Careful. Remember back when he joined the league, Reed, he'd have reset to track then, back when he joined the league. Just could not get it used to not being allowed to reset to track when he first joined, but he managed to do it correctly there, as he has done for a long, long time now in a way. Oh, in there, up to P13 now. It's Racing J. So Taguna's now into P4, Racing J 5, Spreader 6. So the Red Bulls not doing badly. In fact, the 2 Red Bulls are in an Aston Martin sandwich, so Aston Martin are 4th and 7th. So this is the thing we've got going on in WAOF1 at the moment. We've got it's very odd sort of constructors battle where Alpine are leading the way, and it's the operators at work and couldn't get home in time, so we've got a reserve driving for Alpine tonight in Owen. Owen, sorry, no, not Owen. Simon Palmer, who's currently running P10. Obviously, Carsey, who's dominating the drivers this season, is helping Alpine to be at the top there, and it's the other teams that are trying to get Alpine off the top spot, but it's very difficult to keep bringing 2 cars home high every week to get more points than the winner. So, yeah. Oh, Spreader, don't let me down. Thanks, Mark. Oh, Simon Palmer has just dropped down a couple of places. Yeah, he has had a spin. He's just recovering. Oh, careful! Oh, Simon, that wasn't the best rejoin in the world. In all fairness, ghosting is on. I still think even when ghosting's on, Mark, obviously you're a driver yourself, I think you'd probably agree that even when ghosting's on, drivers should still return to the track in a correct manner. And you saw why there, because Simon's car solidified very, very quickly. And definitely caused a problem as Reed is round again. Anyway, Racing J, a bit further up the field now, in P5 here with Racing J. Yellow flags are 6 102. Oh, is that Simon Palmer again? I think down to P18. I think possibly. It's like Reed's attacking him now. Here is a move for P4, Racing J on Daguna. That's completed way, way before the braking zone. So, switches slightly now. Daguna finds himself in a Red Bull sandwich. So, what are we? Lap 6 of 9. So this lap and 3 more after the remainder of the sprint. A few penalties are popping up as well. Master Spread, Moomin, James Adams and James OMG all with 3-second penalties. As Spreader is having a look at Daguna now. Let's get both Red Bulls past. Daguna doesn't need to battle this too much. He is clearly wanting to battle it, but he doesn't need to. Just leave a Spreader having the penalty. Well, you could see there, this. I think a lot of the time, it could be what causes incidents in Cops is that people get so worried about going side by side through there that rather than just doing it. But surely here, I don't think Daguna's got DRS now, so surely Spreader will cruise past. But as I say, he's got the penalty, so Daguna now will be looking to hold on to the back of that Red Bull so that he can take P5 at the end. But last week, obviously it wasn't Spreader in the Red Bull last week, but both Red Bulls last week had exceptional pace. I think it was Rexels, wasn't it? And, we're looking the same this week. It's just last week at China they were a bit spinny, should we say? Sector 1 yellow. Oh, that was Racing J. Oh, can you believe that? Red Bulls last week were really pacey at China too, but they were a bit spinny, and Racing J spins. That's wow. Is that even classed as a commentator's curse, or is it more just commentator being right? Big Brawl looks to go side by side with Carsey through Cox, and he gets the lead for a moment, but Carsey coming straight back. Oh, I'm getting kicked. I am getting kicked. That might be the end of the sprint for us, guys. I might not be able to. Yeah, I agree, Mark. I just think, even when ghosting is on, I think you should return to track in a correct manner. I don't know why ghosting is on. Ghosting shouldn't be on, in my opinion. I don't mind if you want to use it, you know, like Monaco and Singapore or places like that, where the walls are close in. But on tracks like this, I don't think there's any need for ghosting to be on, personally. Being unlucky and hitting a car that's spun or something like that is just... That's just unlucky. That's part of racing. We all get annoyed when it happens. Of course we do. But it's part of racing. I'll try and get in as quick as I can, guys, so that we get the end of the sprint. But I'm interested in knowing if that battle between Carsey and Moomin actually was... sorry, not Moomin. Meatbro actually was happening or not. Because that could have been me losing connection. So, well, if it was happening, Carsey's got the lead. I got a feeling that probably wasn't happening, guys, if I'm honest. Because I can't really imagine that Meatbro was throwing it up the inside of Cops quite like that. So I've got a feeling that was actually me disconnecting and lag and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, Simon and Owen are having a little bit of a set two further down. Now, who have got those guys that started on softs? Oozers and Junkie. Owen picks himself up 3 seconds. Yeah, I think you've got to be a bit careful through Magnets and Beckett's. I think the secret there is not to drive quite literally on the back of the driver ahead, because it's kind of scary. If you stay off a little bit, you don't need to be on the gearbox to get the pass done under the DRS down Hanger Straight. It's a plenty good enough DRS zones to do it from sort of 4 attempts back. Taylor here. It's called Rexels. He's going to run out of tarmac here, but he's got to use this DRS zone to get close enough through Maggots and Beckett's then for Hanger Straight. So let's go to Meatborough. I'll keep that one in mind when I want to go to Meatborough, because it's the last opportunity he's going to have. Oh, but Carsey's got 30% energy. He can absolutely blow that down the straight to stop any potential overtake. And Carsey will win the sprint. Oh, Taylor, what's happened? Around the cops, was that a contact? I don't know. He's ended up round again. Beckett's. Anyway, to Carsey over the line to win the sprint race here at Silverstone. Meatborough P2, Sainty P3. Spreader is going to cross line P4, but he'll be demoted below the Gooner, who goes up to P4. Very nice to Gooner, well driven. Spreader at P5 then. Rexels in P6. Great sprint for Aston Martin and Red Bull, as Racer J does recover to P7. Whale gets that last point. Done well, starting from where he did. Mamo in P9, moving from P10. Oozers then did manage to get the sauce through, and he gets up to P11. I think possibly the sprint driver of the day, shall we say. I think the game will probably give it to him. James Adams P12, Simon Palmer P13, James OMG P14, Taylor in 15 after that spin at the end, or 2 spins at the end. Dorian in P16. I'll just finish off the bottom positions. And I didn't see it, Taylor. I didn't know whether you had a contact or just a spin. I wasn't sure. That's very true, Mark. You have got to have trust. But I have to say, if you surprised me saying that Monza. Monza's been a wreck fest every time I've been there on this game. It's terrible this year. So Dorian was P16, Owen in 17, Lego Lamb in P18, Reed 19, Junkie Emperor in P20. I never get the incidents on sprint races because you press race director and it just acts like the continue button, unfortunately. So there we have it. That's our sprint race. Now, there will be a break, so we will take a 5-minute break now before the main race starts. So, if you want to grab yourself another coffee, Mark, I'm going to. And anybody else out there, grab yourselves a drink or whatever. And we'll be back shortly for the feature race, which will be very much different with the different strategies going on. See you in a moment. Right, he's back. Just in time by the looks of it, as the counter starts to tick down. I think normally I only really look at the actual 50% race for the driver of the day, but if I was to take into account the whole evening, I think Oozers would definitely have to be right up there at the moment as one of the guys. I think Meat Brawl as well had a very good sprint. Among others, Daguna as well, I thought had a very good one. So here we have it. So we start the formation lap. So who's gone on what? It's always a big choice around Silverstone tyres. Carsey and Meatbro and Sainty have all gone for the hard tyre. The Guna and Master Spread have both gone for the medium. I think they've done the right thing. In my opinion, I would rather go mediums first around here. It's too risky. If you get a safety car at any point, pretty much, then the medium starters can switch to hards and then not have to pit. And the pit stop around here is massive. So I think it's about 26, 27, maybe even 28 seconds around here. Something stupid like that. We can work that out later on, but yeah. But then it's definitely the harder compound which is preferred though. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers on the mediums. So the Gunner, Master Spread, Simon Palmer, Taylor, and Owen are starting on the mediums. Everybody else is on the hard tyre to start. I'm amazed. Absolutely amazed at that. To say, you get a safety car, lap 4, 5, well, any time really, between lap 4 and 10, it's advantage the guys that start in the mediums. It's the only safety car. It's a big advantage. So Reed starting down in P19 after his couple of spins in that sprint, so he's got the hard work to do. I think for me that would have been another reason why I would have started on the mediums if I was down there, see, but he's gone with the hards. He's got a pace to cut his way through the field, we know that. We've seen him do it many times. Plenty of opportunities around Silverstone as well. It's not one of the tracks where you don't get opportunities to overtake. Plenty of opportunity. So Dorian, the only one then who didn't park quite right in the grid slot. As the lights begin to come on, all 5 lights on, and away we go at Silverstone. And the Gunnar looks like he's got a good start in the Aston Martin. Goes to the inside of Meatborough. Oh, there's contact between Meatborough and the Red Bull. I think that was Spreader. That is big contact there at the start. It is indeed Meatborough and Spreader at the start. And that's just a yellow flag at the moment. Meatborough leaves the session. I will invite him back. Please don't just leave the session, Meatborough. It would be a hefty penalty for next week if you do. Some Jaden close on to the back of Sainty at the moment. So, at the end of lap 1 then, Carsey leads from Daguna in P2, Sainty P3. Lots of movement going on in the midfield at the moment. Let's just come down to the... Oh, we've got a retirement. Owen is out. And that's going to be a safety car. Is it full or is it VSC? I can't see a safety car on the map, so I think it's a VSC. Owen is out, nonetheless. Looking for any markers on the side of the tracks, but there isn't many places for them to put them around here, is there? One round here? Surely. No. So go by the team radios around here then. Hey bro, you need to get back in. Still in the main, he's on the main menu, so I do think he's trying to get back in. There he is, Meat Brothers join. So why is there... Oh yeah, we were back racing, sorry, Spreader is spun. We are back racing, so it's definitely a VSC then. And, let's find an actual battle. I think Mamo here on the back of Rexels as DRS enables. A battle here actually between Oozers and James Adams. James Adams nips ahead. It's P10. Oozers allows his teammate Reed through as well. He's already up into P11, so he's making his way through the field nicely. Let's go back to Mamo and Rexels though. Actually, Rexels is going to be vulnerable with no DRS ahead of him. So, Mano, like 3/10 from the back of the Aston Martin at the moment. He's plenty close enough for him to get onto Hangar straight. Sometimes it's quite difficult to miss your to hit your line properly through Maggots and Beckett's when you're on the back of the car ahead. That's why I like that. That was what I was saying earlier on about having a bit of a gap going through there instead of being right on the gearbox. So you can see your line a bit better. Being 3/10 off the back of the car ahead, as you just saw there from Ammo, was no big deal for getting the move done under DRS. So there we have it. Simon Palmer is joined onto the back of them now as well. He's having a good race so far, up to P7. He's got on the mediums. Yeah, just to mention, if that VSC it was close. If that VSC had been a full safety car, the medium guys would have come in. Stuck the hards on. Now on last year's game, I basically did the whole race on hards after pitting first lap. I managed to get P3 because of it. My tyres are actually dead at the end. So, not sure just how many laps you could do this year, but I'm sure you could do the vast majority of the race. We've got multiple battles happening. This is the closest. So, almost identical to what we saw with Mamo getting past Rexels. Simon Palmer, about 3/10 off him, going through Maggots and Beckett's. The only difference is that Mamo does have DRS off of Racing J. Sorry, Rexels has DRS off of Mamo. Look at the overspeed from Simon Palmer. Wow. That was an impressive straight line speed, it's got to be said. But, in all fairness, I don't think anybody on hards would be that worried about fending off the medium drivers at the moment. Hards is managing to do it at the front because of his natural pace, but rest through the field, don't really need to worry about it too much. And that was Lego Lambs had a spin down in the castle section, sorry, in the stadium section there. Has recovered it though, and we'll continue on in P19 instead. Taylor gets past losers. And again, that's a medium driver on a hard driver, but here comes Junkie, starting at the back and is trying to make his way up the field. It's out of that one, but he's going to get switched back. Goes then heading up to Cops. So I think he needs to just be sitting behind here. He's just going to be completely vulnerable on the hanger straight, so comes then. Well, going to be side by side, are they, into Stowe? No, they won't. And Losers retains the position for the moment. Hey Clem, thanks for joining, buddy. Good little race going on so far. We've had a VSC earlier on when Owen retired. Taylor there getting ahead of James. First section is James going to get an opportunity back. Oh no, he's not. Taylor's got the DRS, not James. Earl making his way back through the field as well, up to P15 now. He's now on the back of Oozers. Junkie just behind this, and Meatball's got the head of Junkie. He's not going to hang about here. Meatball is going to go for it through Cops, so that didn't give us a very good camera angle, did it? So Meatball's got that done. Can Oozers stay close enough? Got a sector 3 yellow, and it's ahead of us. Oh, it's the Gooner! The Gooner spun it from P2. Oh dear, and he's straight into the pits, which I don't blame him for. Makes absolute sense to do that. Tires presumably would have been lit up. No idea if he's got any damage or not. We can find out in just a moment. But yeah, the front wing's coming off, so we did get damage as well. Oh, what a shame for Dagoon, or maybe just a lapse of concentration, maybe. And look, that's how long the pit stop is here. Look, he drops right away to the back. Okay, he didn't actually pit from second because of the spin, but still, that's a long way he's dropped down. So, who we got here then? So, Rexel's still on the back of Simon Palmer. The medium tires should still be pretty comfortable at the moment. And his 16th clone. And now he had a turn 1 incident with Meat Bro. That's why Meat Bro's down in P13 as well. And then he had another spin after, actually. He spun himself after that. It wasn't one where I could tell you whether it was his fault or Meat Bro's or whether it was just an incident. I don't know. So it was just, it happened too fast, it didn't need looking at. There was a lot going on, as there always is. It's Turn 1 here at Silverstone. So no, he started P6, I think. Spreader started, I think he qualified P6. But I have to say that the qualifying times were absolutely insane. So about 3 guys in the 26s here was just ridiculous. Rexel's, well, he wants past, doesn't he? Rexel's going to try a little sort of switch back here. Gets a bit of grass there. If we could just hold this sort of distance, although we've already seen that Simon Palmer in that Alpine is very fast in a straight line. So I'm sure that's set up deliberately to make him very hard to pass on the straights and easier to get past others. So, oh, he's just dropped off the back. Looks to me like Simon's car is jumping around a little bit. Maybe he's struggling with connection. Yeah, there are storms across England tonight, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some... Well, I'm struggling a bit with connection myself, so I wouldn't be surprised if some others are as well. Yeah, so it just seemed to lose out a bit going through Maggots and Beckett's, didn't he? Tell you what, who is having a good race, very quietly. Moomin is currently running in P7. Reed's recovery drive here is absolutely phenomenal so far. Simon goes defensive to break the toe. Should expect, and Reed getting past Moomin behind the battle we were watching. Yeah, it's definitely clear to me that Rexels does seem to have the pace in the corners over Simon. So Simon is definitely set up with a lower downforce. Probably got a warning there, Rexels. Got to be careful. As I say, it can be quite difficult through Maggots and Beckett's to actually see when you're following someone else. But look, you can see just how quick. So this is with DRS and energy. DRS and DRS, just proving almost impossible to get past. You fancy you may have to do this in a corner somewhere. Extremely difficult. 76 fastest lap on a race, currently running P2. Looks to see if he could get the gap to Carsey down, maybe. If we could do something through the pit stops to try and reduce that gap, we'll have to see. With the top four currently as Racing J and Mamo side by side. Sees Mamo looking to get past, and he does. Oh, Racing J loses it, does he? Or is that lag? No, he has lost it. Yellow flags are out. Spun it on the exit. Second spin of the night for Racing J, one in the sprint race as well. So, very clear that Racing J's got extremely good pace when he's driving, but he just makes a mistake here and there. Little spins and stuff, but there's no doubt if he could just iron that out, that he'd be a very, very quick driver on the grid. So great to see as Reed makes short work there with Simon. Oh, Simon spun it as well. So, well, in the end, Rexels does get past. Simon straight into the pits. Oh, he's picked up 5 seconds. That's so annoying when you do that. But just like Daguna, I think that was the right thing to do. Spun, so probably lit the tyres up a bit. So just get yourself into the pits. Although Daguna, of course, needed a new front wing. Let's just see if Simon does as well. No, he doesn't. It's a straight tyre change. And again, no, I think that's right, because as I say, his tyres would have been lit up. And I think he's going to exit the pits ahead of Daguna. Well, Daguna must have pitted again, surely. Or he's had a spin. So I'm sure he wasn't off the... Oh, goodness me, I didn't realise they were going to be that close on the exit. Expect Daguna to get this place, because Simon's got to get those tyres up to temperature. just, there's nothing Simon can do. I know it's frustrating when you come out the pits, but your tyres are so cold, you just can't take the corners like the guys around you, so ultimately there's not really any point battling that, because there's no way you could possibly hold that position. This is Moomin then, on the back of Rexels. This is for P5. Freed up into P4 and out. This change is going on further down. We've got a couple of pitters. The other medium tyre starters are into the pits now. So Taylor and Master Spread both making their stops. Yeah, Clammy was definitely a bit jumpy. Hey, Ghost Rider. Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, he's definitely a bit jumpy. Send it into Abby. I don't know which one. Which one's Abby? I don't know which one's Abby. Oh, here we go. People will have had enough of these Red Bulls today. It's the second contact with a Red Bull today. Different drivers. It's the second time he's had contact with a Red Bull. And spun. So Racer J down to P11 now. Meat Brawl back down to 13th. That's promoted Oozers up to P10. Carrying on his very nice evening. Wales seems to be having a bit of a lonely one at the moment, but you don't mind a lonely one when it's actually resulting in points. Remember, Wales is actually sat P2 in the championship at the moment. Long way off the car seat, but he's doing a fantastic job. And look at the other drivers on track. Even continues this struggle to get past Rexels. Now I think we'll see our first hard pitters at the end of lap 14. That's not too early. You could definitely do 12 laps on the mediums. You might even see a sneaky stop here. It's just the only problem with pitting early off of the hards is if you make your pit stop and then a safety car occurs in that sort of 2 or 3 laps, you've lost a lot of time. So it's that sort of decision, isn't it? You go early and maybe get a bit of an undercut. Certainly an option here for Moomin as a way of getting past Rexels. Oh no, Moomin has left the session. Surely. It's another driver who's having a very good race. James Adams, P7 in the Ferrari, with Moomin having just disconnected and left the session. Chance for him to get up to P6, well, P5, because Reed is into the pits. So Reed's the cheeky pitter, pitting a lap early. So Reed is looking to get an undercut effect. Meat Bro also into the pits. So yeah, Reed is looking to get an undercut to gain some time back, because he trusts the fact that even if his tyres are a little bit more worn, he's got the pace to be able to get himself up onto that podium by the end of this. So here he comes. He's exiting the pits. Looks like he's got a decent exit, to be honest. There's nobody really attacking. There's absolutely nobody attacking the back of him, and don't think Dorian's going to put up too much of a fight to Reed on fresh mediums, so there we go. Moomin, I'm glad to say, has got back with us, and he's not lost too much. That could have been a lot worse, in all fairness. Okay, yes, he's lost some positions to James Adams, but if you actually look at the gap between him and Rexels, it's only 1.8, so I think all in all, you wouldn't be too unhappy with that, as Carsey and Sainty are into the pits. Now that could be a reaction to Reed. Oh, and everybody's going to pit ahead of Moomin by the looks of it. They're all in. I'm amazed they're all in. I'm really surprised that none of them have opted to stay out and look for the possibility, you know, if I'm Moomin here, I switch my strategy. For assuming his strategy was to go hard medium, if I'm Moomin now, I switch my strategy to hard to soft and hope for a safety car. But pit for softs at about the end of lap 20 or so. I'd absolutely do that. And James as well. Why not? Take a risk. Hope for a safety car. Moomin. Well, Carsey's exited about 3.5 seconds behind Moomin. Once Carsey's got those tyres up to temperature, that gap won't last very long. Of course, not with Moomin on 14 lap old hards. So I'm trying to look for a battle for us. So Saintly's pretty close to. Ooh, a little bit of a moment off the curb there. Saintly, but he controls it nicely. And then James just struggling through Magus and Beckett's a little bit, so this is going to be a straightforward overtake, I think, for Sainty. Goes past. So, and you see James not really attempting to battle that, and I think that's right from James. No point in battling that. I cannot believe that Moomin and James are pitting. I can't believe they haven't changed their strategy. Racer J picks up 5 seconds into the pit lane. I'd have changed my strategy in a heartbeat there. I'm really surprised by that, to be quite honest. Reed then has caught the back of Lego Lamb, who's opting to stay out. Staying out puts Lego Lamb up into 3rd place at the moment. So perhaps he's going to go for the strategy change. Here comes Reed, and this will put Reed genuinely into P3. We've got to give it to him. Okay, the mistakes in the sprint race were his own fault, and why he started so far back on the grid, but you've got to give it to him. He started from P19 in this race. He is genuinely running in P3. He's already stopped. The undercut appears to work wonders for him. I don't think, right now, as long as he don't pick up a penalty, I don't think there's any real challenge for driver of the day to Reed at the moment. Farsi, the second lap on the medial, sets fastest lap of the race, so 29.5. We've got this one, we just got. No, Lego Lamb is in then, so no attempt to hang it out. I'm still really shocked that nobody's changed strategy. I'd have definitely changed to hard to soft, just on the hope that a safety car might come out. And if it doesn't, then you probably end up with fastest lap. So. Right. Moomin, who of course was ahead of James Adams before he disconnected. But James Adams managed to get ahead of him while he was out and rejoining. James Adams, another one, having a superb race tonight. Let's just have a look at the position changes and just see just how well people are doing. As you can see, Reed the massive gainer with plus 16. We're up 16. Oh, there's some good cops from Moomin. Oh, and that red light on James Adams' car will be like a moth to the light, moth to the flame for Moomin. Here he comes then. Doesn't use, or leaves it late to use any ERS, but it does have the inside at Stowe. It looks like Moomin's got that. I don't think James is going to be able to come back here. So Moomin through to P6. Of course, does have the penalty, Moomin. Oh, that's a penalty there for James Adams. Just about come up, just about caught that. So, set to free yellow. Oh, Racing J just picked up a penalty, but he's ended up round out the final corner as well. Turning into one of those nights for Racing J, isn't it? So, as I said before, there's absolutely no question in his pace. He's clearly extremely fast, but difficult time. And he's struggling so much there, I think his tyres are completely lit up by the looks of it to me. Hopefully he'll be able to cool those down, otherwise it would be another trip into the pits. So Palmer picks up a penalty. Wales still sat in P8 on his own. We targeting James and Moomin though. At the moment, it's quite a nice position to be in when you're well in this situation. If you play the game, you'll know that you can see 2 drivers ahead of you and 2 drivers behind you on the standings on the left-hand side. So all he can see at the moment is 4 drivers around him with penalties, with him being penalty-free. So you won't mind that too much at all. After all those pit stops then, the Gooner, who was P2 in this race, quite comfortably P2 as well, is P10, and of course at a severe tyre disadvantage as well, having pitted the end of lap 7. Spun out of Stowe and then dived into the pits for a front wing change. So such a shame for the Gooner, as he was having an absolutely brilliant night. Little battle here between Lego Lamb and Racing J. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think there's a problem here for Racing J. I think he's got an issue. The coming together with Meatball was quite a substantial one, so I think he's sustained some sort of body damage on that Red Bull. Oh, what have we got going on here? James Adams coming back on Moomin. These two looking very well matched at the moment. But these two battling is it's enabling Whale to catch them. And Whale is now, if you look behind, he's within the 1 second. So don't forget, Whale is P2 in the driver's standings and he's there completely on merit. Oh, set to free yellow as the Ferrari. Must be Lego Lamb. I don't want to go down to that, to be honest, guys, because I don't want to miss something happening here. See a car spun. He can't have hit the barrier or anything. He's not got any damage. Lego Lamb. He's gone past the pits, so. He's actually now in a battle on track with Dorian, so there's them both something to fight for there. This battle at the moment proving to be a good one. Excuse me, Ian. Here we go again then. Moomin gets past James. It sets a 2 and 3 yellow, and it's Simon Palmer in the Alpine, and that's him correctly waiting. Well done, Simon, doing that correctly, and that's fine. The Red Bull should be on there. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Well done, Simon. That's how you do rejoin the track safely. What a shame for Simon though. He's having a superb race. To let you know how the driver of the day works in WAOF1. So we have 2 drivers a day, and oh, Simon. Oh, I'm disappointed to see him drive into the pits and retire. Well, it's better than doing it on track, but I'm disappointed at that. I'd like to have seen him go to the end. Yeah, just to let you know how driver of the day works. So I pick my driver of the day, and my driver of the day gets a bonus point. And my only rule really is that you must be penalty free in order to get my driver of the day, which Whale now isn't, so he's not going to get it. Sorry, let's stick with him though, because he's in a battle. But then I also pick another 3 drivers who get voted on by the drivers. So the drivers pick a driver of the day as well. So at the moment, there's no doubt in my mind that Reed is driver of the day. And then my next 3 to pick as it stands right now would be... so the 3 driver ones, they don't have to be penalty free. But I think at the moment, the other 3 options for me would probably... And also, you cannot win both, so you can. If I vote Reed as my driver of the day, then he can't be in a driver's one as well, you see. So, yeah, I think the other 3 at the moment would probably be Mamo. I think I'd probably have to stick Carsey in there just purely for the dominance, to be quite honest with you. So probably Carsey, Mamo, and the last one may be quite difficult a choice. I'm not going to lie to you. The last one may be a difficult choice. I would say at the moment it's probably a toss-up between Moomin and James. So what I could say is whoever wins this battle out of Moomin and James gets that final spot for the driver's driver of the day. Sticking with these guys at the moment, it has just sort of... The gaps have appeared throughout the field now, so... We are sort of in a situation where this is our only battle. There are other battles because of penalties, but I don't want to... In terms of actual battle on track, this is our only one now. Simon, Bomber, if you're listening, buddy, I hope you've taken a screenshot of any damage you've got for that retirement, because you're not allowed to retire at this race, at the races, unless you have substantial damage, and you must screenshot that. So you should know it is in the rules. To say, just we have got another battle's appeared, and I think we will go down to that one. We've barely seen them all race. Junkie Emperor, he's actually done alright here today. He started at the back, and I think he might have some sort of issue with his actual equipment as well. Oh, sorry, I've gone to the wrong one. I should have gone to Spreader and Dagooner. Spreader gets past Dagooner. I need to try, if he can, to close down the gap to the guys directly ahead. He's got 4 cars ahead in a row now with penalties. You know, Taylor may be the only one really realistically that he can catch. April stuck with it. So did leave the session immediately after the incident at the start, but did rejoin pretty quickly. He's stuck with it, and he's P12, so he's in the points for WAOF1. So should have field, remember. Oozer's done really well as well. He started P18 in the sprint and managed to get up to 11th in the sprint. He's dropped 3 places, but He's done very well. He's had a very solid race. Just got this battle has appeared, haven't we? So Junkie got onto the back of the Oozers, so they were battling, and now all of a sudden Racing J's appeared. So let's come down and go back to these in a way. Sector 2 yellow, and that's Dorian. He's had a little spin while fighting with Lego Llama, I think. He's got it going. He's got Carsey just coming around to lap him, so go on Dorian, stay ahead of Carsey, make sure you do the proper number of laps. It's Racing J gets ahead of Junkie Emperor. Yeah, immediately go after Oozers as well. Oh, the Gooner's into the pits. Pitting for the softs to do a fastest lap, but the amount of points he's going to lose by pitting is way more than he's going to get for a fastest lap. It'll be close with Lego Lamb, I think. Lego Lamb probably gets past. It's close, isn't it? But alright, no, the Gooner does get out front. It really won't take long for soft tyres to heat up, so I don't think Lego Lamb's going to get past here. But Darcy goes fastest with a 29.1. Very Schumacher-esque of dominating out the front. Worn tyres now at the end, but decides to just stick the fastest lap in a way. Almost as if to say, yeah, I can still go faster. Let's go to Racing J in a way as he looks to hunt down Oozers, although Oozers, of course, penalty free. Looking very much like Moomin's got the winning of that. Let's bring the penalties up now because we are on my last lap. So yeah, that little group of 4 cars with penalties then are all 3 seconds. Better if we could get within the 3 seconds, could nick a place off of Taylor. Racing J gets past Oozers, but Racing J 8 seconds, so as long as Oozer stays within 8 seconds of him, he can nick that back over the line in a way. And where is Carsey? Is this? Oh wow, they're very, very close to ending this race. That's if you're Dorian and you don't really fancy doing the last lap, you just lift off the throttle slightly here and let Carsey past. But now you want to do the full both laps, surely. Well, it looks like he's... Oh no, he would be ghosted because he's a back marker. So Carsey across the line to win at Silverstone. Sainty is going to come in a brilliant P2 as well. So Carsey dominant tonight. Reed, without doubt, will take my driver of the day. Okay, it's by his own mistakes that he had to start down in 19th for the feature race, but the recovery is just out of this world from Reed. So just makes you wonder what could he do if he didn't have, if he didn't make mistakes. What could he have done if he did start top 3? Could he have challenged for the win here? Just don't know. Mamo in a brilliant P4. Rexel's also a brilliant P5. Moomin 6. James 7. Whale 8. Taylor in 9. Master Spread P10. He was a 10th off, getting within the 3 seconds of Taylor in the end. Meatbro recovers in the end to P11 with 2 big spins during the race. Both through contact as well, so there may be some steward inquiries after. James OMG P12. Oozers, I think you've had a brilliant race, Oozers. P13, well done, buddy. Superb sprint as well. Well done, mate. Junkie Emperor in P14. Racing J with the penalties dropped down to P15th. The Gooner, P16. I don't know if he got the fast lap or not. I hope he got the fastest lap, otherwise it really was silly pitting. Lego Lamb, as you can see, is P17. The Game Awards driver of the day to Reed, and I 100% agree with that. Reed takes my driver of the day as well. If any of those top 3 drivers are listening, please remember there won't be any driver podium interviews tonight due to the fact that I'm feeling like crap. So, sorry about that, guys, but there won't be any podium interviews this evening. Garcia gets his trophy. We'll move on. There isn't our race results. That's our race results. Garcia wins by over 10 seconds to Saintly. Although, to be fair, Saintly cruised over the line, so it wasn't actually over 10 seconds. Right, I've got to think. Yeah, so anyway, as I say, Reed is my driver of the day. Mamo, Rexels. I can't not choose Carsey for it. Well, Mamo and Carsey. Rexels, I'm not quite sure on. He has driven very well. But no, I said during the broadcast there that whoever won the battle out of Moomin and James, I would put them in the free potential driver of the day, driver's choice. So, yeah, so it's going to be Carsey, Mamo, and Moomin for the free votes for driver of the day. Just scroll through these, so we got them all. Daguna did take the fastest lap, by the way, although I still question his choice of pitting. He's lost points by pitting to go for a fastest lap, so I think he should have just stuck with it. Race director, right, will let me see the race director at the end of the race, which is good news. So let's just scroll through the incidents. That's purely so that the stewards have got them. They can pause and see them if they wish. Our sprint results earlier on, by the way, as you can see, was also won by Carsey, so not quite maximum points for Carsey because the Gooner nicked his fastest lap. He would have had it otherwise, I believe. There is our sprint results. Top 8 there, getting the points. But Oozers was definitely the standout performer in the sprint. And Well and Oozers, actually the two owners, the two bosses of WAOF1, I think, stood out in the sprint. But that is our Silverstone Grand Prix, guys, for WAOF1, round 15 of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. So sorry about no interviews tonight, but I'm 100% sure I'll be better by next week, so we'll be back to doing that next week. But yeah, that is our Silverstone Grand Prix. Superb race. Any drivers listening, remember, any incidents that need reporting, please do report. Don't argue in a chat. You're not allowed to do that, and we will come down on you if you do. So please report as usual if you've got any incidents to do. Other than that, guys, thank you to all of you that watched live with me and kept me entertained. So happy with P9. Had good pace, nearly got well after the start P16. Yeah, you did really well, mate, and you definitely, to be fair, you were very close to getting onto the driver of the day list as well. So, yeah, but keep that sort of thing up, and you will be on that list. And that's it. So, anyway, yeah, thanks to everybody that's kept me entertained and watched along with me. Thanks to everybody that watches the string back at a later point. I really appreciate it. I will be back personally on my next stream. Will be on Friday at 8:30 for PRF1. So come and join me for that one. Other than that, guys, I'm racing next 2 nights, so I will see you on Friday. Good night, God bless, stay safe, see you soon.